I do have a hunch that the world's conspiring to make me happy. Again, I may be off my rocker. That may be a conspiracy theory for the upside. I may be delusionally optimistic, and I don't care. I actually believe it.
That level of trust, that specific kind of delusional optimism, is what separates those who survive life's chaos from those who master it. Matthew McConaughey isn't just an actor. He is a philosopher of the practical. In this conversation, he dismantles the myth of the midlife crisis and offers a new framework for navigating uncertainty, relationships, and the art of living. This is Synthesize, where we turn long podcast conversations into their most important ideas. We have been conditioned to fear age. We are taught that hitting a wall in our 40s or 50s is a sign of failure. But McConaughey suggests that this anxiety isn't a crisis, it's a necessary audit. It is the moment you stop looking at what you've lost and start looking at what you're finally ready to build.
So you go, oh, is this that midlife crisis? And I go, well, what is that? I don't like the word crisis on that. Sounds like a midlife, for lack of a better word, opportunity. It's a time where, for whatever reason, man looks back and goes, what have I done? And now where am I going?
Notice the shift in language. A crisis implies a state of emergency that needs to be fixed. An opportunity implies a resource to be used. When you realize the runway is shorter than the road behind you, you stop asking, how do I get more? And start asking, what actually matters? The anxiety isn't a malfunction, it's the friction of recalibration. Once you accept that opportunity, you face a harder question. Who is actually in charge? Most of us move through life as extras in our own movies, reacting to scripts written by society or our parents. But true agency requires stepping out of the frame and sitting in the director's chair.
So the challenge that keeps just gnawing at me since I've turned 50 is like, what's your documentary? What are you doing? Are you a character in life, in the big show? The one that, or action was called The Day You Were Born, and cut will be called The Day You Die.
Action was called The Day You Were Born. It's a terrifying and liberating thought. In a documentary, you cannot control the raw footage, the events, the weather, the other people. But as the director, you control the story those events tell. You are not just the subject, you are the editor. To direct that story, you need the right kind of confidence. We often confuse humility with timidity, looking at the floor and making ourselves small. But McConaughey argues that true humility is actually an act of strength. It isn't about lowering your status, it's about raising your capacity for growth.
Until I heard a definition that was humility is admitting you have more to learn. And as soon as I heard that, I went, oh, I'm in, I purchase. Now my chin's up, my heart's high, my shoulders are back, and I admit I've got a lot more to learn, but now I've got the confidence to move forward. And I didn't get that click. It was just a definition.
When you look down, you are hiding. When you look up, you are observing. The person who admits, I have more to learn, is dangerous because they are open to adaptation. They aren't defending a fragile ego, they are expanding their competence. But what happens when the set collapses? When the documentary turns into a tragedy? Concepts like authorship are easy when life is stable, but when you are drowning, looking at the horizon is the worst thing you can do. McConaughey shares a moment from Hurricane Katrina that teaches us how to move when we are paralyzed by misery.
Is it solid? Is it going to cave? Am I going to trip? Can you just tell me? I don't even want to look right now. Can I trust you to tell me that if I step this way, one step, my foot will be solid and flat, and I won't slip and it won't be dangerous.
This is the antidote to overwhelm. When we face massive chaos, we try to solve the whole equation at once. We look at the horizon, see the devastation, and despair. But survival isn't about the horizon. It is about the immediate geography beneath your feet. Find one solid thing, stand on it, then find the next. Once you find your footing, how do you move forward? Do you rely on destiny, or do you force your will upon the world? McConaughey reflects on the ancient advice to think of me and fight, the balance between trusting a higher power and taking massive action.
He was like, way to get your hands on the wheel. I could use some more of that from some more of y'all.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
you thought you had it. I thought it was all up to you, huh?
Yeah.
But I appreciate the effort.
We tend to fall into two extremes: the fatalist who waits for a miracle, or the control freak who thinks it's all on them. The sweet spot is doing both simultaneously. It is spiritual aggression, trusting the outcome completely while working for it violently. This balance of intensity applies to our relationships too. We live in a culture obsessed with the spark, the high-intensity romance of the honeymoon phase. We think that if the light dims, the love is gone. But McConaughey suggests that high voltage is actually unsustainable.
No. Love's more like it's a 30-watt bulb. Dim the light a little bit. It'll last longer. It'll illuminate longer. Not as bright, but it'll last longer. And it's more realistic for you and her. It's more human, and it's still lovely.
The 30-watt bulb isn't about settling for less. It's about opting for reality. A 100-watt bulb casts harsh shadows and hurts your eyes. You can't relax under it. A 30-watt glow is warm, sustainable, and forgiving. That is where intimacy actually lives. Not in the fireworks, but in the warm glow of the everyday. Finally, underneath the strategy, the struggle, and the relationships, there is a fundamental choice about how you view reality itself. Is the universe indifferent to you, or is it possible that the obstacles are actually working for you? This brings us back to the hunch that started it all.
But I do have a hunch that the world's conspiring to make me happy. Again, I may be off my rocker. That may be a conspiracy theory for the upside. I may be delusionally optimistic, and I don't care. I actually believe it. It's the trust first thing.
This is the ultimate wager. If you believe the world is against you, every red light becomes proof of your victimhood. But if you believe the world is conspiring for you, every failure becomes a redirect. It doesn't matter if it's scientifically true. Believing it makes it functionally true for you. Matthew McConaughey's philosophy isn't just about charisma. It's a rigorous approach to agency. First, accept the midlife opportunity. The anxiety you feel is just the signal to take the pen back. Second, when the storm hits, forget the horizon. Just ask, is this step solid? And finally, dim the lights. Don't chase the blinding 100-watt intensity that burns out. Seek the sustainable, warm 30-watt glow where real life happens. The question isn't whether the universe is actually conspiring to make you happy. The question is, how much would your life change if you started acting like it was? If this kind of breakdown helps you think differently, you'll probably enjoy the next video too.